Welcome to another episode of Practical IT. In this episode, we're going to talk about moving away from Windows 7. This is part 2 of a two-part series. Let's get started. Things that we'll be going over in this video: upgrading from Windows 7 to Windows 10, exploring the option of running Windows Virtual Desktop, which is a new offering from Microsoft, running it in the cloud, and we'll also talk about running Windows 10 as a VM inside VirtualBox, and finally the option of purchasing a new computer altogether. So if you decide to go from Windows 7 to Windows 10, there are conflicting reports at this point in time on whether you can still upgrade for free. If you do choose to do a fresh install of Windows 10 on an existing machine, keep in mind the following. First, a fresh install is usually going to work more smoothly than an upgrade, just because you're wiping out years of stuff that has built up that you will not have with a fresh install. If you have to purchase your copy of Windows 10, the home version for a legit version will run you around $100, and you can double that for the Pro version. Now, there are bootleg versions of Windows 10 out there that are generally available for, $15 to $50. Usually what's happening with these is that somebody has stolen a credit card and purchased Windows 10 and is selling the licenses on the cheap. I'm not going to try to give you an ethics lesson, but I will just say your mileage may vary. Do it at your own risk. And of course, depending on the age of the computer, you may want to just simply upgrade the computer, or at least consider upgrading some components of the existing machine, such as additional RAM or a solid-state drive. Windows Virtual Desktop. As several of you fine viewers pointed out after I released part 1, yes, there will be issues getting people to leave their comfort zone of Windows. This is something that we in the alternate operating system world have been fighting for 30 or more years. So, one way to combat this is Windows Virtual Desktop. This is currently in preview, a public preview. It allows you to connect to a managed version of Windows in the cloud. So, for instance, you could get a $200 Chromebook and still access a Windows desktop and run Windows software. You could also run Linux, BSD, or Haiku, or probably some others, wherever you're able to run a web browser and be able to access a Windows desktop. Is this a solution for gamers? No, of course not. Is this going to suffice for office workers and give the control of the machines back to IT where it belongs? Yes. Windows Virtual Desktop, currently public preview, will likely be available later in 2019. If you switch to Linux or BSD or whatever your OS of choice might be, non-Windows OS of choice, you can run Windows 10 in a virtual machine on top of VirtualBox or your preferred hypervisor that's available for your particular operating system. If you're not a gamer, this may be a very good solution for you. Virtualization does give you some extra flexibility that you would not normally have on a physical machine, such as snapshots for easy rollback independent of the operating system, and the ability to change or add more storage without opening the machine. So, for instance, if you have a virtual machine in VirtualBox, there are commands available that will let you resize your virtual hard drive to make it larger if you start running out of space. This can be very handy, as Windows likes to suck up all the additional space for updates and other things, and it can just run you out of space a little too quickly for the comfort of many out there. You've also, of course, got the option of purchasing a new machine. This is probably going to cost you the most money. It likely will cost you the most money. It might be the best solution if your computer is 5 or more years older and you're a gamer, or you require some high-end software only available on Windows, or you fear change to the unknown. Leave that one wide open there. Look for a machine with an SSD and at least 8 gigs of RAM, and just for the sake of argument, I rarely will recommend a computer to people that cost less than $500. Worth consideration. If you do purchase a new machine, here are a few hints. Turn off the Microsoft telemetry feature. Big Brother does not need to watch you and track you. There are also many scripts, usually written in PowerShell, that automate some of the following. Removing pre-installed Windows crapware, which are all the quote-unquote modern apps that they started building in the Windows 8 era. And it also removes these from the start menu. It will turn off Microsoft Edge as the default PDF viewer. It will disable OneDrive and Cortana. And this will free up resources. I have run this one of the scripts on some computers recently, and it definitely lowers the amount of CPU that is being used at any given moment when you turn all this stuff off. In the end, the choice is yours. Do your own homework, make your own decision, choose what best suits your needs and your budget. For me personally, I was never married to Microsoft Office, and I've never felt the desire to spend big dollars on software from a certain software vendor that wants you to rent your software. I won't give away any names here. I hope this puts to rest some of the issues people took with the first video. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that it was going to be a two-part series, but hey, on that note, I'm going to wrap up this video. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications. There will be more videos coming this week. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.